What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel where we operate heavy equipment and do a lot of dirt work. Right now we're operating the D6R XL, a bit of an older model, but the functions are relatively the same, the controls. I guess we could start with when we turn our machine on, right? Our parking brake will be on, or else it won't turn on. And as you can see right there, that red light means our parking brake is on. We'll turn it off. Now we can move freely. This is gonna be our lever that controls our movements as far as the machine goes, and this lever controls our blade movements. So right here you got F, N, and R. F is forward, N is neutral, R is reverse. And these are your gear changes. You have 3 gears on this machine. And right here on your dash, on your display, displays your RPMs, which we're at 800, and we're in first gear in neutral. So this controls our rippers. This lever right here. And this button right here is our, I guess, our RPM control, our accelerator. It has a bunny up top and the turtle on the bottom. When you press a turtle, it goes down to 800 RPMs. When you press the bunny, it goes all the way to 2000. Now we're accelerated. Now we can move. Let's go back. See, it moves. And if we go to N, it doesn't move. Same thing if we go forward. Alright, moves. So these pedals right here, this is your decelerator. When you're at 2000 RPMs and you have to slow down a bit, you press on this and it'll bring your RPMs down a little bit. You're able to slow down and control the machine a little bit more. This is your brake. You slam on this and it'll stop. But so that you're a smooth operator, you want to decelerate a little bit before you slam on the brake, right? Also, when you're changing gears, so that your transmission doesn't just make the changes abruptly and jolt, make the machine jolt back and forth, you want to decelerate, use your brake, and make a change in gear, right? So let's see how this is our blade work, right? You pull back, it lifts it up. You pull down, it puts you push forward, push your blade down. And as far as angle, you pull to the left, it's angled to the left. You pull right, angles to the right. So this isn't a finished dozer, so it doesn't have the other movements which angles this way and that way, but we'll make this work very well. Now let's see what we're doing here. So first gear is always going to be our strongest gear. You're going to be able to push the most dirt with first gear, but it's always our slowest gear. And right now we're trying to push as much dirt as possible, so we're in first gear. And as you can see, you want to have a blade, you want to have it full. So if you see dirt coming out of the sides and not the top, that's a good sign. approach closer to grade, you're not gonna have as much dirt anymore because we're getting close to grade, right? So you don't want to be cutting too deep. You want to stay as close to grade as possible, but still pushing as much as you can, right? Without going too deep. This lever, also, since we're going forward, you pull it to the right to turn, you push it to the left to turn left, pull it to the right, it turns right. Okay, so I forgot to mention that. All right, so we're coming to the end of our cut. We're gonna slow down a little bit so that we can stop the machine and reverse. I'm pressing the decelerator and now my brake, and now I'm in neutral. I'm gonna go to third gear so I can reverse really quickly. There's something called slot dozing, but we're not going to worry too much about that right now. I'm just trying to give you an overview of how these controls work and the basics of dirt work, okay? So let's do another pass. We went back down to first gear. Now we're going slow, but we can push dirt now. guys, so it's time to start ripping some rock. And I'm gonna step outside just to show you a little bit better. So this is our final grade right here. And as you can see, this whole area is rock. So we're gonna have to break it down at least from 6 inches and up here, it's probably about 2 feet. And in order to break it down, we're gonna stick our rippers in here. As you can see, this is pretty hard rock. It seems like it's closer over there, and up here on this edge, it's a lot taller. It's a lot higher in elevation. And that's due to the amount of rock that's in here. As you can see, there's a lot of rock on this hill. And we're gonna start breaking it up with the rippers. So these things back here are rippers, and they're controlled by this lever right here. And we start to go forward as we stick them in. Them in again. Try to go as straight as possible when your rippers are inside. That way you don't damage anything on the machine. Them back out when you're trying to make a turn. Now we got a good amount of rock loose, and there's a few things you can do to break them into smaller pieces. You kind of want it to end up like dirt. You know, one thing you can do to break them up is track it back and forth with your tracks. The weight of the machine and the metal tracks will break down the rocks really well. Another way as well is like, you can start pushing all your material out, and as you're clearing your path, breaking up all the rock, you're tracking it as well. You know, you're pushing the material and you kind of make a pile and you track over it. So let's do that. I don't know if you can see how we cleared the path and there aren't as many big rocks in the way anymore. We broke down a lot of it, and we'll just keep on doing that. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more of an explanation of what it is we're cutting here and what we're doing. And to do that, I'm gonna step outside. So this is our final grade on this side. This is a warehouse pad, and all this edge is pretty much close to grade. But as you can see, we have this whole side that needs to be cut down, including this hill. It needs to all get cut down pretty much to the edge of the warehouse pad. And there's rock here, so we're gonna have to rip it. And these are our rippers right here. And we're gonna try to get everything down to this grade. We're We're gonna push as much material as we can that way and rip up rock.